What's good, peeps? All right, before I try and give you my top 10 heavyweights, a quick update with regards to the live Q&A slash meet and greet that I've been talking about doing since the dawn of time. It's happening, people. It is 1000% happening. The venue will be Box Park, Wembley. We are just waiting on the date. It's going to be a date in May. I'm looking at maybe the end of May as a possible date, but we are just going through dates right now to pick the best one. It's going to be free. Obviously, I'm not going to charge for tickets or anything like that. That would be silly. The capacity, I believe, is around 200 to 250. I don't know if we're going to get that. I'm not quite sure. I think we might. But I'm not sure. I hope we do. I hope we do. So this green chair will obviously be there. I'm thinking about getting a panel of guests, so it's not just me, but it is a live Q&A, so it's going to be exactly like what I do for the Q&As, but live, obviously, slash meet and greet. There's going to be a DJ, there's going to be music, we're going to have some fun. So yeah, I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. So it'll be like Box Talk at Box Park. It's got a bit of a ring to it. So yeah, I am excited. I just want to tell you guys that. Yeah, that's it really. I'm not organizing it. I'm not. I've left it to someone else because I am the fucking worst at organizing things. And to be fair, this girl and Leon from Box Park are putting it all together. So yeah, it should be fun. I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait to meet everyone and just do this in front of an audience. That's fucking surreal. That's surreal. So please don't let me down. They asked me on the phone the other day, how many people do you think would turn up? And I was like, oh, 200, 250? And they were shocked. They're like, what, really? And I then went home and thought, maybe not. Maybe not. So please, guys, don't let me down. Box Park, Wembley. It will be in May. I'm not sure if it's going to be a weekend. If it isn't a weekend, then it will be like 7 in the evening till like 8:30, 9. So it's not going to be crazy. So you can come after work. I will give you guys as much notice as possible once I get the date down. And I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. Even if it's just me, I will hope to try and get a panel of guests. So I will try and rope in Rob Tebbett from Boxing Social. I don't know, maybe Spencer Fear and just someone else rather other than me. But if I don't and it's just me, please still turn up. Please. All right, let's do our top 10 heavyweights. I will say this before we start. Alexander Usyk is not in my top 10. I'm going to get that out there straight away because people might say, where is Usyk? Is he number 11, number 12? No, he's not in the top 10 at all. Not because I think he isn't a top heavyweight. It's just because he's not beaten any top heavyweight. And I think it's unfair to have him against guys that are proven at heavyweight. Do I think there are 10 heavyweights in the world right now that can beat Usyk? No, I don't. I don't even think there are 6 or 7, but I don't still think that means he should be in my top 10. Does that make any sense at all? Hopefully it does. All right, number 1. By the way, this is off my head. I've not written this down. You know, I normally have a pad of paper. I'm just going off my head, so I'm probably going to get this wrong. I'm not going to get number 1 wrong, though. Number 1 is Tyson Fury. The ring recognized number 1, the ring champion, WBC champion, unbeaten, the lineal champion for whatever that's worth, but it is some sort of thing, right? Coming off that really good win against Deontay Wilder. Do I need to make a video about this glove issue? I mean, because this Glovegate thing now is starting to spread a bit. First it was Wilder fans, and now Steve Cunningham's got involved, and now other people are getting involved. I mean, do we need to make about it? Make a video. Do I need to talk about it? I don't think so. But if it does start to get a bit more serious, then I might make a video about it because I do have my own opinions on the subject. All right, so number 1, Tyson Fury. Number 2, Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is definitely number 2. Some people might argue that he's number 1 just because I think he has more depth on his resume than Tyson Fury. I think that's fair to say. But I think he's number 2. Obviously got his belts back against Andy Ruiz. Will defend those belts against Kubrat Pulev. So he's got solid names on that resume. I always like to say he's got one A-level win. I still think Klitschko's an A minus. I know Klitschko was coming off a long layoff and a defeat, but Klitschko looked very, very good that night. But then he's got a bunch of Bs, hence why he's ranked number 2 for me on this list. Number 3, Deontay Wilder. Has to be number 3. I know some people, I think the Ring have him as number 4 now. Not for me. Deontay Wilder is number 3. Look, it's one defeat in, 40 something. Yes, I know the resume isn't thick. I get all that. But don't discount, and I don't know how far we can go back here. Don't discount that first Luis Ortiz win. Don't discount that. That is a solid solid win against an unbeaten southpaw that can hit like a tank in Luis Ortiz. That is such a good win. And I think that win isn't getting enough credit it deserves. Solid win. So Deontay Wilder for me is number 3. He has a chance to go back to number 2 or number 1, obviously because he has exercised this rematch clause against Tyson Fury. But that's my 1, 2, 3. And if your 1, 2, 3 is any different, let me know why. But that's my 1, 2, 3. Number 4 was a bit of a problem for me. I've been thinking about number 4 for a while now, and I can't split between Andy Ruiz and Dillian Whyte. I'm struggling. And here's my arguments for both. Andy Ruiz beat AJ. I mean, he beat AJ. Didn't just beat him, put him down like 3 or 4 times. Put him down. That's no joke. And there's something about Andy Ruiz whereby, look, the best AJ had to turn up and beat Andy Ruiz. I mean the best in terms of physical preparation, mental preparation, added another coach to his resume, changed his style completely. That was the version that had to beat Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz turned up, I think, 30% of the Andy Ruiz that is peak Andy Ruiz. I don't even know if we've seen peak Andy Ruiz because for me, his conditioning is still very, very poor. It wasn't the first fight. If Andy Ruiz can get in peak physical condition, he's a problem. He's a problem. I don't know if we will ever see it, but he's a problem. But nonetheless, this guy beat AJ. AJ at the time, most people were saying was probably number 1 heavyweight in the world. It was an argument, right? You can make an argument. He beat him. And it wasn't no issue with AJ. He just beat him fair and square. I mean, that deserves a lot, people. That deserves a lot. Only lost to Parker before that. And that was in New Zealand. A lot of people thought he won that fight. So his 2 losses have come in world title fights. Boy. And then you've got Dillian Whyte, who, I mean, again, solid resume so far. Oscar Rivas, very solid win. Very, very solid win. People need to talk about that win because Oscar Rivas is dangerous. And I think Oscar Rivas will prove it as time goes on. Joseph Parker on that resume as well. Ended this little Chisora feud. Marius Vac recently in December. Not great. Povetkin coming up. You know what? Dillian Whyte's number 4. I'm going to go Dillian Whyte number 4 because I'm reading off those names and that's solid. That's very solid. So we're going to go Dillian Whyte number 4, Andy Ruiz number 5. Who's number 6? Who is number 6, people? Remember, no Usyk. People might have slotted Usyk in there. No Usyk on this list. Who is number 6? Is it Povetkin? Is Povetkin number 6 coming off a draw against Michael Hunter? Could have gone either way. Solid performance, right? Hunter started fast. Povetkin done well in the later rounds. And then I think Hunter maybe stole it in the kind of the championship rounds, as they say. But it was a draw. That's a good draw. Hunter's solid. Good draw. Smashed David Price to bits. Beat Hughie Fury. A lot of people thought Hughie Fury was going to beat him for some reason. I didn't at all. And now he's got Dillian Whyte. Only lost to AJ and Klitschko. Caused AJ problems in that fight as well. I think I'm speaking Povetkin into number 6. We're going to go Povetkin number 6. Who is number 7? Who is number 7? Help me. Help me. Who is number 7 on this list? All right. In my head, there's 2 guys that are kind of popping up in my head as number 7. And those 2 guys are Luis Ortiz and Joseph Parker. For some reason, they're popping up in my head like boom, boom, boom. You know, the thing is about Luis Ortiz, he's beaten no one, you know. Luis Ortiz's biggest win is Bryant Jennings. But I know Luis Ortiz can beat the other guys. Or maybe, I don't know if he can now, but the Luis Ortiz that fought Deontay Wilder, I think would have beaten everyone else, apart from maybe Tyson Fury. So I'm including AJ in this. I think that Luis Ortiz would have beaten AJ. That Luis Ortiz would definitely have beaten Dillian Whyte. I'm convinced of it. But the resume says he hasn't beaten those guys. He hasn't. I mean, what's Joseph Parker got on his resume? Andy Ruiz. That's now looking like a good fucking victory, right? Unlucky against Dillian Whyte. That fight goes on another 30 seconds. He beats him. I think so anyway. Hughie Fury's on that resume. Carlos Takam. Carlos Takam, solid. Solid. He goes in. He goes in, he has to. He's got a bit more on his resume. I'm not saying he can beat Luis Ortiz. I'm not saying that. But he goes in just because he's got a bit more. Former world champion as well. Goes in. He goes in. So I'm going to have him at number 7. Therefore, by default, Luis Ortiz at number 8. Have I gotten this right? Luis Ortiz at number 8. So what have I got so far? I've got Tyson Fury, AJ, Wilder. What have I got? Dillian White, Ruiz, Povetkin, Parker, Ortiz. So 2 more. 2 more. Who gets into this top 10? You know, there's some people, like Kaunaki would have been close, right? But then he got smashed by Helenius on the weekend. He might have squeezed in with that Helenius win. Don't know if that's enough, but might have squeezed in. You know what I'm going to put in? I'm going to put in this guy just because of the Povetkin performance. And that should have been a win, could have been a win, might have been a win. And that's Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter is number 9 for me. Michael Hunter's got some solid wins, you know. Solid performances. Yeah, Kuzman was it? Kuzman? Yeah, he beat Kuzman. Kuzman's solid. Kuzman was solid. Povetkin draw is solid. Beat Ustinov. Put Ustinov down. Fucking hell. And will fight anyone. Beat Bakoli as well. A lot of people saying to me that Bakoli's a top 25, top 30. Stop Bakoli. So Michael Hunter is number 9. Who is number 10? There's a bunch of prospects that could make an argument that they're number 10. But I'm going to go for longevity in the game. So longevity and only 1 defeat. And that defeat was to a peak Vladimir Klitschko. And that's who AJ faces June 20th, Kubrat Pulev. People are going to say to me, who is he beating? I get it, but he did make... I think it was a split decision, but I thought he made easy work of Chisora, made easy work of Hughie Fury. Still solid. Will cause AJ some problems as well. Won't beat AJ. I'm telling you now, won't beat AJ, but will cause him problems. So that's my 1 to 10. I know I fucked up somehow. I know I have. But that's my 1 to 10. I think Kaunaki had a chance of squeezing in, but lost. And then there's guys that are floating about, like the Hrgovics of the world, that I think could beat maybe some of the guys in the top 10 that I've mentioned, but needs maybe just one more solid win. And then you got like Joyce and Dubois. I guess the winner of Joyce Dubois might squeeze into the top 15 for me. I'm not being harsh, top 15. And then Chisora, if he beats Usyk, fucking hell, he jumps in, doesn't he? Even though Usyk's not, I don't know what I'm saying, but that's my 1 to 10. Boost. Guys, sorry, it's me again. I'm back. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, please like and share the videos. It really does help the channel a lot. And if you want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon account. The link is in the description. All right, I'm done. Peace.